What is up, guys? I'm back yet again with another one. I want to wish you all a happy new year and a prosperous 2024. In this video, I share a snippet of a session with my students. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. The market is somewhat playing in this type of structure over here, okay? You can call it what you want, really. You can call it a consolidation. Remember, in a consolidation, we have price playing between resistance and support, just like that. So one person could want to call it a consolidation. You wouldn't be wrong. But what's really nice about this consolidation is that we've just come from touching support, right? And, you know, each time we touch support, we do find ourselves at the resistance in a consolidation. That has happened in the past over here where we touched support and we found ourselves where? At the resistance. It also happened over here where we touched support and we found ourselves there. So to a certain extent, because trading is all about probabilities and speculation, we can then speculate that, you know, the market is trying to get to there, okay, to the resistance, because probability has it that that's what's going to happen. Remember, I always tell you guys, the only thing at our disposal when it comes to trading is past occurrences, things that have happened in the past. And so if this has happened, and now we've come from touching there, we're also likely to get there. Okay, cool. So now, from a monthly perspective, to a certain extent, I am buy biased. Okay, I am buy biased because I want to get to the innocent. Please do not write on the chart. If that happens, I would have to remove you from the Zoom because you're disrupting. Okay. All right. That continues to happen. So you have to go, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Just hold on, everybody. Sorry. Innocent. Remove. Okay, you're gone. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So what am I saying? I'm saying that we are buy biased, and that's simply because of what we saw, right, on the monthly time frame. So now when we're buy biased, essentially, that means that we have to have that focus of an uptrending market structure. Each time we're thinking buy, we need to think of an uptrend. And we have always said that an uptrend has what we call higher highs, all right, and higher lows. Okay. And we have said that we always want to buy at the most recent low in the uptrend. That's what we want to do. So as we scale down the lower time frames, we want to look for that type of market structure. But that's not the only thing that we look for. We also look for areas that had passed buy interest in the past. So essentially, I'm giving you a plan here. The plan is that we are buying. A characteristic of that plan is that we need to look for the upward market structure so that we find the most recent low. Also, we need to find areas of past buying sensitivity. I call those lines of sensitivities. So now, before I even scale down, while I'm on the monthly, I have these two lines here. Now, one person might want to say why. It's because I'm noticing that in the past, we got here and we bought. This is the monthly time frame, mind you. Over here, we had a rejection. Remember now, a monthly rejection like that could be 5 days of buying. But what matters for me is the fact that it happened in this region. Over here, we have like a little touch and so forth. And also over here, touch and a rejection. So, you know, in the past, we clearly have buying sensitivity there. And now, before I even scale down once again, I want to go to the line graph so that I can see if we have that higher highs and higher lows thing. Now, I want you guys to pay close attention to what I'm seeing over here on the line graph. I'm going to zoom in like that, and I'm going to try squeeze the chart like that. You know, one could say that this is a high over here, all right? And the market formed a higher high over there. And this is the most recent low. Do you understand? So now we are headed towards that most recent low. So in this region over here, we're forming an uptrend, all right? Like that. We're forming an uptrend in this region, headed probably to there. We have a most recent low, which is one of the characteristics of the plan that I have given you. And we also have a line of sensitivity, or maybe I can even call it a region of sensitivity. In the past, look at that. So no one can hate you really for wanting to wait there in this region here. to specifically start looking for buy positions, but we would still need to scale down to see what's actually going on. Now, on the weekly time frame, this is what we have. Our region where we want to look for buy positions is still very much available. I'm going to remove this bigger consolidation because we don't really need it right now. We have established that we are buy biased for now. I want to, zoom out a bit so that you nicely see this is now on the weekly time frame. Once again, past buying sensitivity. We bought there, we bought over here, and we're on our way to there. Now, look, my trading is what we call confluence trading. I don't like losing money, right? Not that I'm a selfish person, but I mean, really, look, if anyone is in their sound mind and normal, no one wants to lose money, right? There's no ways you could be a normal human being, then you smile when you lose money. That's weird. But what I mean to say is that because I'm a confluence trader, I look for many reasons why I should be taking a trade. Now, I don't know if you guys can see, but where price is approaching our zone that we have pinpointed as an area we should look for buys, to a certain extent, we can speculate for what we call a channel, right? This would be the bottom of the channel. And to a certain extent, this could be what we call the top of the channel. So price is actually channeling right now to the upside. So now, can you see that each time price touches the bottom of the channel, it goes up. Bottom of the channel, it goes up. And it looks like we're approaching the bottom of the channel. Like, I hope you can see the whole element of probability. We're trying to use, once again, what has happened in the past and hoping that it happens again while using risk management. We're not going to get all of them right. Our zones will be stormed through. But when you protect your capital, the way you do that is that you don't put your whole account size on any specific trade, no matter how nice it looks. You always want to put the amount you're willing to risk, right? That's how you're going to play the game. So yes, we're fast approaching our zone for us to look for buy positions. We have elements that has been satisfied. Once again, the uptrend scenario coming from the higher time frames, one of that has been satisfied. From the monthly perspective, we are in a consolidative state and we have come from touching support and we are saying we should be on our way to the resistance, right? On the weekly, we are channeling, right? We have a line of sensitivity. I don't want to keep repeating things, but, for some, it might be of assistance. That line of sensitivity is where we're seeing these buys here, right? So essentially, as we scale down, we're finding more reasons. And you can see the channel over here, right? So typically, here's a tip, guys. You want to stop your analysis on the H4, H1, or the M30. What I mean by stop your analysis, I mean that is where you want to then draw your zone that we call the key point of interest. And that is for obvious reasons. A daily zone is very big and your stop loss size would be too big. And, it's just going to stress you. So what you want to do is to get a nice and petite zone so that when you're wrong, you quickly get out. And when you're right, you can hold the trade over a longer period of time. It's just risk management protocols. So now on the daily time frame, this is where we are. And we are, once again, like I said, approaching this area. So I want to shade it now, okay? Because this is my area where I want to become interested for the buy movement. I know someone is saying, Coach, can we not sell then since we're speculating that the market will get to here? Look, you can. But once again, if you are then saying that you're going to sell, you need to change the perspective in terms of how you think. Remember, when you're selling, you now have to think as a seller, and that means you look for lower highs and lower lows, and you're going to need to find a most recent high that makes sense. You're going to need to find lines of sensitivity and so forth, and it can work for you. I'll give you an example over here. One person, while we're on the daily time frame, could want to use this area and say this. I'll put a red line over here and say that, look, in the past, we can see that price gets there like this, and then it sells severely. It gets there and it sells severely. So to a certain extent, if price is to retrace into somewhere around here, we could be in line for a nice sell movement that will get us to there. And then other elements that would be, making you want to think like that is that we have a high over here, lower high over here. So that's a channel, to a certain extent, you can say to yourself, this is a channel, and price is actually channeling like this. And so within that downside channel, a retracement into somewhere around here could give you the nice sell position, right? So that's how you play the game. You want to look for areas of high supply and high demand and wait there. So now we get to the H4 time frame. And now that we're on the H4 time frame, we nicely zoom out. And remember, this is our zone where we want to buy. And essentially, we are saying if maybe prices to get in here, we could look for sell positions. So we would want to see what is actually there as well. Maybe on the H1, there's something exactly. Now, if you head over to the H1 time frame, you see that there's this uninterrupted selling order block over here. Do you understand? What I mean by it being uninterrupted is the fact that we had been buying for 3 hours. This is the 1 hour time frame. We stopped and then we impulsively moved away from there, and we haven't gotten back there. For that to even occur, that simply means that there was an excess of supply that outweighed the demand, and it was all generated in here. That's what makes this a zone of interest, because probability has it that because of there having been an excess of supply in the past, that excess supply could still be there to grant us a movement to the downside. Do you understand what I mean? So that's an area where you want to look for sell positions, and an area maybe where you want to look for buys.
All right. So there you have it, guys. I hope that can assist you in your approach to the charts. This 2024, let's do the right things. Let's exercise the discipline, patience, and consistency required in our trading activities. If you like what you see, feel free to contact me for my service offering. My contact is in the description of this video. Until next time, ciao.